Friends, a quick question. If I search for footwear, should I really have to type shoes to get the right results? Because that's exactly how most traditional systems work. They don't understand meaning, they just match words. And the moment users phrase things differently, results drift away from what people actually want. That gap between wording and intent is where semantic search comes in. Instead of relying on exact terms, it captures meaning. And at the foundation of that approach is one core mechanism – vector search. My name is Daniel, and in this video, I want to show you why keyword search fails and how semantic search fixes it. We'll build a real-world demo using Zilliz Cloud to show how semantic search actually works. Guys, make sure you check out all the useful links in the description after watching this video. There might be some nice discounts there. Let's get started. Mates, try to find a specific photo in a folder with thousands of files. Traditional search by file name is useless here, because you spend hours and still can't find the right shot. This is the main problem with unstructured data in the modern AI world. Traditional databases can't see, because they only work with text or tags that you added manually. For scaling AI applications, we need external memory that understands the semantic meaning of every pixel. To handle this, we need a different kind of database, one built specifically for vectors, the numerical fingerprints of meaning. That's where vector databases come in. While researching options, I found Milvus on GitHub, and the numbers speak for themselves. Over 43,000 stars and counting. Folks, that level of adoption doesn't happen by accident. It's flexible enough to handle small prototypes and massive production workloads alike, with features like custom schemas, multiple indexing options, and seamless scaling. You can start with a simple pip install, write a few lines of code, and immediately bring structure to your unstructured data. But when you're ready to move beyond experiments, there's an even smoother path. Here's what we're building today: a simple but powerful image search engine. Type foggy forest or perfect spot for camping, and it instantly finds the right photo. No file names, no manual tags. To keep things focused on the actual retrieval logic, I'm using Zilliz Cloud. It's the managed service built by the same team behind Milvus, and it comes with a free tier that's perfect for projects like this. No servers to configure, no infrastructure to maintain. Friends, just create a cluster, grab your endpoint, an API key, and connect from a notebook in minutes. By the end of this walkthrough, you'll understand the full semantic search flow, turning raw data into vectors, storing them efficiently, and querying with natural language. The same pattern works for products, documents, or RAG pipelines. Let's move to practice and create our own image search engine that understands text queries. After registration and login, you land on the dashboard where we'll create a cluster. You can choose between AWS, Google, or Azure depending on your needs at different prices. And it's perfect for prototypes. My cluster is already running and ready to work on Google Cloud Platform. This means all infrastructure is reliable and ready for loads from day one. Here you can manage collections, check metrics, control users and roles, handle backups and topology, and study logs. Most importantly, mates, let's connect our code to this cloud using the Connect button and Connection Guide. We need two main parameters: public endpoint, which is the address of our database on the internet, and API key or token, which works like a password for secure access. Copy this data because we'll need it in the next step when we move to Google Colab. I prepared a special notebook where we'll build our system step by step, and you'll see it's not scary at all. Okay, now I run Connect, and step 1 is installing libraries. I installed the Milvus library to work with the database and transformers for artificial intelligence. Then I run the cell, and Google Colab executes the code and installs these dependencies with a checkmark signaling completion. Guys, before we move on, I try to make my content fun instead of boring. And in return, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I make. In step 2, we'll set up the connection using that data from the console. We paste it into variables for cluster endpoint and token, then initialize the client with one line of code. I run this cell, and when the connection succeeds, everything is signaled again with a green check mark. On step 3, we'll create a collection, which in the world of vector databases is like a table in a regular SQL database. Let's call it image search demo and pay attention to the dimension parameter of 512. Friends, this dimensionality represents our vector size because we'll use the Clip AI model, which converts images into exactly 512 numbers. These numbers are the coordinates of meaning I talked about earlier, and when we run the cell, the database becomes ready to accept vectors. Now we need a brain that understands images using the Clip model from OpenAI. This is real magic because this network is bilingual and understands both images and text, converting them into vectors in the same space. Look at the getImage embedding function, which takes an image, passes it through the neural network, and returns a list of 512 numbers. These are exactly the numbers we'll store in Zilliz Cloud, so let's wait for this to load and execute. Now folks, let's fill our database with several demo photo links I prepared: mountains, bridge, foggy forest, and lake in mountains. In a real project, these could be millions of products in an online store, or just photos you need to search through. The loop converts each photo into a vector and compiles them into a list for the client insert command. With one command, we send all data to Zilliz Cloud, which automatically accepts it, indexes it, and organizes it for fast search. Now, the most interesting part begins where we'll search for an image just by describing it with words. Here's the query text foggy forest. And note that if this were a regular search, it would have to fully match this phrase. Mates, let's run the search where the system converts my text into a vector and asks the database to find the most similar match. We look at the result, and here's the link it returned, showing exactly the foggy forest photo when we open it. Now let's change our query text to huge red bridge and run the cell to see that the search handled this task perfectly. Now I won't even write words describing the photo, but instead write perfect place for hiking and camping. Guys, we run it, and as expected, the system gave us the lake in the mountains, even though I didn't describe objects at all. I just described the mood, and you see how perfectly this worked using Zilliz Cloud and its cluster to create smart search in minutes. With local libraries, this works slowly when data becomes abundant, but Zilliz Cloud is built for scale. It delivers results in seconds even if you have billions of vectors, making it the perfect solution for RAG systems, recommendations, and search. You don't need to be a server expert to use professional tools, so try it yourself. Okay mates, after walking through the platform, the main takeaway is simple. Zilliz Cloud is built for the moment when AI features need to behave like a product, not a prototype. It keeps retrieval fast and consistent, even when the dataset grows and the workload stops being predictable. Friends, what I like most is how complete the experience feels. You can start on a free tier, spin up a cluster quickly, and test the full flow from ingestion to search without building infrastructure first. At the same time, the production pieces are already there, from access control and backups to monitoring, migrations, and network settings. Try Zilliz Cloud and walk through the retrieval flow yourself, from setting up a cluster to running vector and hybrid search, and let me know what you think in the comments. Feel free to check out the links in the description below. You might find some discounts there. As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, until next time.